Hello everyone, this is Camila and this is my design report. And the problem that I've been focusing on is housing for impoverished communities. So the problem space that I've been focusing on is the Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. And I've been especially working with the target 11.1, which aims to ensure safe and adequate housing for everyone, especially for slums. So slum, it's an area that is defined for being very poor and overcrowded. And UN classifies slum as a place that is lacking one of each, which could be adequate housing, access to water, access to energy, and any other kind of basic service that everybody needs. As my background research, I've been focusing on a community called Paz e Vida, which can be translated to peace and life, that is situated in the city of Salvador, Bahia, Brazil, which is the city that I come from. The reason that I have been working with this community is the fact that I have been to the community myself. So I do know that they have problems with overcrowded houses, no access to treated water, energy. They don't have sewage or any other kind of sanitation treatment. And this is also why I have chosen to move from Goal 4, which was focusing more on education for children, to Goal 11, which focused more on housing and settlements, because I understood that this problem was most important for them at this moment. So as my stakeholders, I have as end users, the residents, and they will be also the stakeholders, but I have also identified as the stakeholders of this design, the community neighbors, which are the neighbors of the community from the suburb that it is situated, the local council, and also the material suppliers for the project, which is going to help the economy if the materials are local. As for the framework, I have divided my framework in 4 different types of categories, and these categories go from design research and economics, social, health, and safety. And they have given me 4 frameworks, which I think they're going to be the main ones that I'm going to be working with. And one of those are refugee camp, because even though they are from Brazil and they are, still in Brazil, not as refugees, the situation of how vulnerable they are can be assimilated to the situation of people that is in refugee camps. So considering these frameworks, I have been analyzing 3 different precedents. So the first precedent is the Cortes Shelter, which is a housing system for refugee camp that has concrete sheets that can be transported very easily because they are soft for some moment, and they can be added water and then they go to the hard shell kind of shape. And also they are very easy to construct, and they can be constructed in 24 hours. The second one is the paper log house, which is a project by Shirin Ban, and is very famous due to its sustainability and how easily and affordable it is to construct. And even though it's from 1995, this project is still very important for social housings and temporary housings is still. The third precedent is Rehome Furniture, which is actually a student's project from Finland. And this is focused on cheap, easy to make, and temporary but somewhat durable furniture for people that have been dislocated or need to construct and rebuild their house from scratch. So for my design thinking, I have been focusing on two types of persona, and one male and female. But as we can see here, they both have two things in common, which is the low income and the wish of improving the housing and situation regarding like the settlement. But because they have little income coming, and most of the times not enough education to get better opportunities and better jobs, they see themselves sometimes stuck in that situation. So for the things for the future, I have been working here with 3 different scenarios, and this one is a scenario that I had home, machine, and optimism. So I have imagined mechanic arm that would help the residents of the community to build their house. So in this community, people, they are actually the ones responsible to build their own houses, and they have to carry heavy items, and also they do very informal houses for themselves. So in this scenario, they would have the help of a mechanic arm that not only facilitate they work with the construction of the houses, but it would also help them to have better housing systems. The second one is the cards from Women Jewelry in Warmth. So I have imagined for this situation the problem of a family that is about to be evicted or on the risk of being homeless. And what if they had somewhat kind of like a jewelry tent that they could carry this tent or this temporary home with themselves in this kind of like pendant or very easy to carry kind of like jewelry, which could be taken anywhere, so they wouldn't have some kind of warmth or a place to stay, even if they were seeing themselves in a very hard situation of being homeless. And my last one is drawn symbol in happiness. So for this situation, I imagine the problem of the community Paz e Vida, which is a very irregular community, and it's actually an invasion. So it's not an official community. It's not recognized by the local council. So I imagine drones working with signs and officializing the area as the community, which is already there, it already exists. So this would be a symbol of ownership of the land and of having their homes, and it would be a sign of happiness as well. So this is all for me. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you.